Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to VATS Online's live and exclusive broadcast of the Thursday Night Grand Ams, brought to you by Track Racer, Thrustmaster, and VATS Online Superstore, coming to you soon. I'm Matthew Hill, your host, and joining me for round 4 is Scotty Griffiths. Welcome, Scotty.
Hey, Matty, glad to have you back.
Oh, mate, it's been a while. I tell you, I have absolutely missed the commentary box. Beautifully air-conditioned, get to watch all the races, mate. I don't sweat as much, I can assure you.
Yeah, and it's good to have Daniel's leftover bottles behind you.
Yeah, not wrong. You could have cleaned the place up a little bit, but mate, very happy to be back. And you're relatively new around here, mate, so welcome. I actually haven't commentated with you yet, so mate, really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it should be good. I mean, I know a lot of guys have been looking forward to Montreal. It's a hell of a racetrack, and it looks like we're going to have a good turnout for tonight's race.
Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic. This should be an absolute pearl. I mean, this is the first time that we've actually managed to get to Gilles Villeneuve circuit in Montreal, Canada, and really the first time I've actually had a look at it. So never turned a lap myself, but geez, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. You've done a few laps here, Scotty?
Yeah, I had a chance to do about 10 laps earlier tonight in the McLaren. It was fantastic fun, and it's kind of depressing to have guys blow past you down the straight if you haven't got good straight line speed.
That's the thing with these Grand Am cars, it's all aero. So if you haven't got that wing down to a minimum, mate, they're just going to blow past everyone, which is going to make for some very interesting viewing later on, I can tell you. All right, so this is it. We'll go to the championship now. After 3 rounds, we've got in the Riley Daytona Prototype class, we've got Alex Lamb leading the class quite comfortably over Anthony Kernich. We've got Steve Vanos in 3rd place. In 4th, we've got Jason Brimcombe. And in 5th place, we've got Christopher Osborne, followed by Christopher Green. We've got Michael Shire in 7th. In 8th, we've got Scott Stevens. In 9th, we've got Cameron Constable. And in 10th place, we've got Sven Hunter.
Yeah, over the McLarens, we've got Andrew Lee leading from Blake Coppo, David Arnold, David Hingston, Christian Aylward, Wayne C. Burke, Leo Gray, Tony Aldridge, Corey Osborne, and Warwick Spack.
Guys, as per usual, I mean, if we do make a meal of your name, please let us know on Facebook. Just go over to www.facebook.com/VATSonline and just phonetically spell your name out for us so it makes it a bit easier for next time, because last thing I want to do is start really butchering people's names. So, yeah, I'll move along now to the... We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here, but looks like the cars are in their warm-up stages now, so they're getting the nerves out of the system. I mean, this is the first time they've been here on this circuit pumping out laps as well.
Yeah, it should be an interesting 75 minutes tonight. It's good to have guys like Coppo and Dylan Sharman back after taking a break last week.
Yeah, these guys are definitely excited about this track. I mean, this will attract a few of the big names for sure. I mean, we're talking... Jesus, Dylan Sharman. We've got Osborne, Kernich, Vanos, Barron. I mean, there's a few big names in here. Absolutely.
One person we are missing is Alex Lamb, who, by the looks of it, broke his brake pedal earlier tonight, brake sensor. And he leading the points is really going to hurt his shot at the championship for the moment.
Yeah, I think he'll have to just count this as one of his drop rounds, I'm afraid. All right, as we move into the qualifying times now, we've only got 6 Daytona prototypes in this field, which is very, very small, very unusual, but unfortunately that's the way the splits go, so I'll just run through them quickly. We've got Jorn Jens in 1st place with a 128.842. We've got Christopher Osborne in 2nd, Anthony Kernich in 3rd, Steve Vanos in 4th, Matthew Barron in 5th, and Michael Shea in 6th place.
I'm still trying to get some grids up myself, so...
No, that's right. I'll run through it. We've got Dylan Sharman leading the charge in the McLaren class. We've got Bruno Dacoma in second place, Blake Coppo in third, Fabio Gonzalez in fourth, Wayne C. Burke in fifth, Andrew Lee in sixth, Paul Martins in seventh, Jonathan Salini in eighth. We've got Oliver Brandt in ninth and Dale Nish in 10th. That's your top 10 as we flick over the page.
Yeah, we've got Dale Nish in 16th, Richard Soblowski 17th, Bo Cubis.
I'll just jump in there, mate. We've just got I think it might have been reading out the warm-up times, but that's fine. We'll excuse you this time around. We've got in 11th, we've got Richard. Oh, I'm gonna mess this name, mate. But it's Soboleski, and we've got Bo Cubis. Here we go. Now we've got the race preview now up on the screen. We've got a 75-minute run. We've got beautiful track. So looking at 13 turns, 4.31 kilometres long. Estimated distance in the Daytona prototypes is 51, and the GT3s will be about 3 laps behind by the end of the race. Now, this is a new feature that we've just let go today. We've got all the actual strength of field, which is the big thing there. We've got the prototypes with a 4.103 strength of field, which is extremely high. So the points on offer will be very, very good. And the strength of field for the GT3s is 3.763.
Well, I wouldn't even get close to being near these fields.
It takes a lot of practice. I mean, a lot of these guys are extremely committed. So looks like now we've got the in view. They've got the Mustang leading the Daytona prototypes. Now the nerves will be going. Who's up there? The Bits Racing. We've got Christopher Osborne trying to get his war tyres warm. All right, so come around the last corner. And they're away. We've got Christopher Osborne in second place.
Yeah, we've got the McLarens are just coming off the last turn with Sharman got a big jump already over Bruno and Blake Coppo. Bits Racing Team look like they've got new paint scheme for this week.
Always makes you feel good, but we've got Jorn Jens making an extremely good start, absolutely gapping Christopher Osborne nearly out to a comfortable little lead there.
Yeah, that big jump is going to try and break that draft early on these long straightaways here.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. I mean, the backstretch here coming onto the final chicane is extremely long, so gives the drivers in front no advantage at all. So if the guys behind can stick with them, they'll absolutely rocket past them on the back straight.
Yeah.
In the go back to the McLarens. Actually, there's a great battle for the lead. We've got Dylan Sharman, Bruno, followed by Blake Coppo. They're all within a second. That's extremely close. Oh, Blake runs a little bit hot. Oh, geez, if the car didn't have ABS, he'd be all crossed up. Very lucky to get away with that one.
Yeah, that was a big moment. Could have ended a couple of their races.
He'll be thankful though that there's a nice big long straight to be able to catch back up. Now this is a very scary part of the track. This little chicane here, if you get it. Coppo's around on the main straight. That's incredible.
Off the wall, but Bruno's got a big run on Dylan going into turn 1 here.
Oh, look at that. We've got Bruno all over the back of Dylan Sharman. Dylan normally gets it all his own way, so he'll be relishing these conditions now. Bruno putting heaps of pressure on.
Dylan's a very, very talented driver, as most people know. It'd be good to see someone take some pressure to him for this race.
Yeah, I mean, he normally gets it all his own way, but I mean, this is the first lap, and it's all about looking after your tyres in these enduro races.
It'd be interesting to see. I heard drivers earlier mentioning that the DPs might not need fuel for the race.
Yeah, we were chatting to Matthew Barron, who's currently where is he racing in the moment in fifth place outright in the Daytona prototype. He mentioned that he may not have to fuel, so we'll see if that plays a big part in it. It is extremely close throughout the McLarens. We've got cars going side by side. We've got Mohammed S. Patel side by side with Andrew Wren.
Oh, it's amazing. These guys are so close together.
Oh,
they
so
will
much.
pull on a hell of a show.
Yeah, there's a lot of respect given between these drivers. They really enjoy rubbing paint. So nice early stage of the race. So there's plenty of room being given, but I can tell you that that sort of courtesy won't be given at the end of the race. Oh, we've got cars in the wall backwards at the Wall of Champions. Just trying to find out who that was. It looks like it's Dino Bryan. Yeah, it looks like he's been absolutely rear-ended, I think. Just coming up to it now. It looks like Paulo Martins has actually missed his braking motor and absolutely slammed in the back of Dino Bryan.
Oh, he's missed it by a bunch too.
Yeah. And unfortunately, an innocent bystander in that was, who have we got there? We've got Bo Kubis and also Paul Rogers involved as well, but looks like Paul actually didn't get turned around. So, chaos.
But Dylan's got a half a second lead on Bruno at the moment. He's trying to etch out a little gap. We'll see how we go down the big back straight here.
Well, Dylan, once he gets a bit of clean air, he will try and check out, because with Dylan, it's all about rhythm. And it looks like he is on his game tonight.
Yeah, shame we lost Blake with the earlier spin, because I'm looking forward to that battle.
Well, I don't know what's happened to Blake. He's actually dropped a few positions. He's back now 14th outright, so that really hurt him.
Had that early little sprint, and that's hurt him. Still 8th in class at the moment.
Yeah.
Good job done on Richard very easily.
Yeah, Richard didn't really fight there at all. Probably smart move. I know he probably realises that Blake has got a lot of speed, and early stages in the race, really not worth getting involved in such a tightly scrapped battle. So.
Blake having a few blinks here and there.
Yeah, you also on my screen, he seems to be having a little bit of a blink there, a bit of internet problems, and hopefully that'll stabilise for him and won't be any dropouts. Looks like Muhammad has got himself involved in another battle as well. That guy is absolutely attracting other cars at the moment. I think it's actually Andrew Wren he was battling with earlier as well.
Yeah, Andrew Wren, current McLaren points leader.
Yeah, he's actually putting on a big turn of speed, and we're really enjoying watching him, that's for sure. I mean, he's been a regular since we started the broadcast. Well, it looks like we've had Muhammad just run a little bit wide. Let's see if Andrew can make a bit of a run down the back straight. Sitting in that slipstream doesn't seem to be too much of a
Muhammad seems to have the legs on him down the straight at least anyway.
Yeah, he must have filled the tank up with Red Bull, I think, because he is motoring in a straight line. To be able to pull out from another car is extremely good.
Yeah, nothing worse than I remember rolling around earlier and losing 2 or 3 car lengths easily down that back straight with the wrong wing setup.
It looks like that Blake and Richard involved in the battle again. So Richard has got around Blake, and now they have absolutely caught Oliver Brandt.
Yeah, we're soon going to make it with Muhammad and Andrew pulling up. We're soon going to have a short little 5-car battle.
This is what it's all about, boys. Put on a show for us. Blake actually real news for himself, really in the mirrors of Richard Sapleski.
Yeah, they're definitely. Andrew Red and Mohammed are definitely pulling up onto them real fast.
Oh, jeez, getting loose out of the corner there. Oliver Brandt trying to put the power down. This will make it very, very interesting coming into that last chicane.
Yeah, Richard got a real run on him right now.
Richard will try and go around the outside. That's an extreme. As he pulls out, has a look up the inside, thinks better of it, pulls back in line, and Oliver getting plenty of air through the chicane. That's incredible.
Using all those curbs there.
Oh, bouncing.
I know that the McLaren's quite steady with a full fuel load, but it's Blake goes past Richard, but the McLaren's quite stable with a full fuel load. But once it gets a few laps with the fuel, they start to bounce around a fair bit.
Looks like we've got up in the Daytona prototypes, we've got an excellent battle now between Matthew Barron and Anthony Koenig. I believe Barron actually started behind Koenig, so Barron has made up one spot. Did he kiss the wall there? Jeez, that's close.
Looks like it. If it didn't, they become very intimate.
Putting some black paint on the side of the Wall of Champions, just adding another name to have become victim there, but gets away with it this time and continues on his way.
Yeah, just trying to look for any damage on the car.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean to me, so I think he may have got away with that one. Barron actually qualified in 5th place and never really had a qualifying session, so...
No, he was saying earlier he put his PB was his last lap in qualifying.
And being the young fellow that he is, he was quite adamant that he's going to be able to make a few positions up. It looks like he is actually starting to pull in on Vanos as well, so that'll be a battle for 3rd, hopefully. And especially with throwing a pit stop into the mix as well. They've got to put tyres on and maybe put a bit of fuel in.
Barron real loose on the brakes.
Barron extremely loose getting into the hairpin there. Very lucky to get away with that one. These little Daytona prototype cars, they don't like being manhandled, and once you break traction with them, they can bite you very, very quickly.
Yeah, it's not hard to just have a little lapse in concentration and end up in the fence.
While we were away looking at the prototypes, it looks like that Dylan Sharman has actually relinquished the lead to Bruno DeCarmo and is sitting right on his tail now. So I'll see if I can actually find out what happened to him there. But yeah, it looks like that Dylan has lost the lead.
Yeah, he's right up the back of Bruno at the moment. Oh, a little tap. Oh. Contact with Bruno coming to the last hairpin. He's showing what he's worth and he's waiting for Bruno to get back on track.
Yeah, Dylan absolutely prides himself on being a clean racer, so he'll be devastated almost as much as Bruno about what happened there. But it looks like Bruno kept it off the wall, so minimal damage there. And Dylan's showing a great sportsmanship by waiting for Bruno.
Yeah, and it's allowing the 2nd and 3rd and 4th drivers to catch up to them. Andrew Lee right on their butts right now.
Yeah, it's made a really close battle now for the lead. There's 4 cars in line. But Bruno will have the red mist on. He'll be gripping the steering wheel extra tight, and he'll be really out now to prove a point.
Yeah, I reckon those rear McLaren tyres have been getting a punishing right now.
Yeah, I'd hate to be them, that's for sure.
Well, Dylan nice and sideways off.
The good thing about these McLarens is there is not actually a great deal of downforce on those cars, so you really can manhandle them. But I mean, if you do throw it sideways quite a fair bit, then you will pay later in the race for it. But being a pit stop race, these guys might be prepared to throw it around and then put a new set of boots on and away you go.
Yeah, it'd be interested to see the pit strategy when that comes around. I know last season we could run. Oh, Osborne, just back up front to the DPs, and Osborne seems to have disappeared from track.
Wonder what's happened there.
Looks like it going into turn 1. He's just... Yeah, it looks like he may have blown an engine going to turn... on the downshift going into turn 1.
Wow, for a big V8, these engines are quite fragile, and if you do buzz the engine, then it can be all over. Well, it sounds like the engine is still running too, so I don't know what's happened there. Maybe he's had a throttle problem or hardware issue, or yeah, could have blown an engine, but wow, that's absolutely devastating for Christopher Osborne. He was running in a very, very comfortable second place.
Yeah, just doing easy, collecting points.
But Jornjens has absolutely gapped the field. Last time round, Steve Villeneuve was 11.5 seconds behind. Absolutely incredible after 13.5 minutes of racing. That's an extraordinary gap.
Yeah, Jorn's just coming up to lap some of the back marker McLarens.
I mean, you'll watch Jorn and he will be putting the car exactly in the right spot, uses all of the track, is absolutely millimetre perfect, so really, really showing his dominance here at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't...
Because now we got Fabio Gonzalez, one of the guys I regularly commentate on, one of the regulars in the McLaren, loves the car and is really finding himself in a nasty little scrap with Bruno Ducamo.
Yeah, Bruno trying to get back to the field after being early pace setup. Had a little bad incident with...
Fabio! Rear-ended by Bruno,
right,
and it's all over. Huge damage for Fabio.
Oh, Fabio won't be happy. He had an incident last week early in the race at Kansas due to another driver, and now he's copped another one.
That's very unfortunate for Fabio, but I'm sure Bruno would definitely not have meant that one. I mean, this is a new track to all these guys. They would never have raced here before. So, yeah, he'll be absolutely really devastated with himself.
And he's got back going, but dropped back to 7th outright with some significant rear-end damage.
Not a good place to be. Unfortunately, Fabio will probably end up getting meatballed for that one and have to duck into the pits. Let's hope for his sake that the car is all cosmetically damaged and still runs okay. But yeah, not a good situation to be in, unfortunately, for Fabio.
I know Bruno probably still with that red mist from the earlier crash. Unfortunately, Fabio has copped the brunt of it.
It looks like we're ducking back now to the leader of the McLaren class, the GT3s, and Andrew Lee from AuzNZ is not let Dylan Sharman go at all. The TTL driver is trying to gap Lee as best he can, but Lee's doing all the right things.
Yeah, Andrew Lee. Yeah, Lee looking for his second win of the season. Sharman back in the series after a couple of weeks off, looking for he won the first. Well, actually, did I think Andrew? Yeah, but Dylan winning the first round and had that massive crash at Watkins in the next round.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for that sort of stuff to happen, and he's come back refreshed after a couple of weeks and he's away. Looks like he's doing quite well at the moment. Bit of an unfortunate incident there at the beginning of the race, but those things happen. But Andrew Lee really doing well to really try and stick with Dylan Sharman as best he could.
Yeah, they're almost on the same lap time pace. Coppo is actually the fastest McLaren on the circuit at the moment. He's crawled himself back into the top 5 for the McLarens.
As we've got up on the screen now, we've got the gains and losses. Good little feature there. We've got Dylan Sharman start on pole, so he hasn't gone anywhere. Some of the big movers and shakers are Andrew Lee in the McLaren has gone up 4 places. Jonathan Solani in 4th place has gone up 4 as well, and Richard actually in 6th place has made a huge little move. 5 places. Mohammed S. Patel's up 7. Paul Rogers in 10th has gone up 6. So there's been a lot of people making some serious positions up.
Yeah, we're... Sorry, I was trying to swallow a cat.
Guys, don't forget, all of these live broadcasts actually get recorded and get to put up on the YouTube, so make sure you check out and subscribe to our channel, which is youtube.com/FATsOnline, and also our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/FATsOnline. Jump over there, let us know how we're going. Say hello, don't be afraid to post a picture of yourself watching the VATs Online. Something we've done in the past, and we really enjoy seeing how you guys watch the broadcasts.
Yeah, don't forget to check out the new promo video from V8 Online as well.
Oh yeah,
I got a chance to show the boys at work today. They were right into it.
Yeah, it's a good little video. I do enjoy watching that one. It was actually quite good. I watched it a few times in a row. Took 15 minutes out of my lunch break, unfortunately, but really good little watch. And I've got to say the music's not too bad either.
No, new partnership there.
Now we focus back on the lead of the DPs. What's his lead out to now? He'd be absolutely flying, nearly 13 seconds. So doing extremely well there, Jorn.
Yeah, he's just left Solani and Blake Coppo, and Coppo's caught right up to Solani here in the battle of the McLarens. Having a big run on the inside, big run.
Coppo, wow, very assertive, a great move there from Blake Coppo. Unfortunately, Jonathan Solani had nothing to come back with there. He just had to cop that one sweet.
You see, we have it in the draft. You might get a little run on him.
Side by side, Coppo has to take the inside line, defends well, and gets a great drive out of that chicane. So Blake Coppo gets to hold his position. Jonathan Solani, has to relinquish.
Keep the pressure on and have another stab at him a bit later.
It looks like that is an absolutely favoured braking position there, is in that last hairpin and also going into that last chicane. So the back half of the track is where all the action is.
Yeah, the front half kind of fast and flowing, and there's not only 1 or 2 real big braking points.
Big thing for me though, I think the V8s are coming here in a few weeks, and I'll be absolutely wearing this track out, I think.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks since you've been behind the seat.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, the sim's been packed away, so haven't got to do many laps. It's been absolutely killing me. But
Summit Point Monday night should be a good run. Yeah,
make sure everyone tunes in from 7:30 on Monday night to watch me probably fail in a quite a large spectacular fashion. Because not the greatest fan of that track, but extremely happy to be behind the wheel though.
It's a great little track. I've been in a few practice sessions over the last couple of nights. Seems to be some big numbers running through this week.
Yeah, since the new physics change. Oh, looks like we've got someone in the pits. We've got Bruno making a dash for the pit lane.
Yeah, it's the first of our real head leaders to hit the pits.
First one to blink, and we'll just see if he takes tyres and fuel and... Very long pit lane, this one here at Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve.
Yeah, after that big long straight, it seemed mega slow.
Yes. Cruising there, doing 60 kilometres now. It seems like it takes an eternity to get there. Doesn't look like we've got anybody following him in, so we'll see how this plays out for Bruno. It hasn't had the greatest of luck so far at the moment. We'll see if he can make up a little bit of time now.
I know I'm waiting for Matty Barron's closer.
Yeah, one of our most spectacular entries in the pit lane we've seen so far. Getting words through that Bo Cubes has actually been involved in a little accident. Oh yeah, trying to overtake Paul Rogers there. Rogers getting a poor exit out of one of the corners there, and got the replay up on screen now.
Yeah, looks like Paul just got a bad run previous turn, and Bo's got a good run on him, and Paul just nudged the fence by the looks of it.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate accident, and I believe that's the same stretch of catch track where in real life I think the Formula 3s, the Formula 2s had a massive pile up. Oh geez, and who was that just skipping around the outside? I think it was Nathan Groudon. Gets away with that one. I mean, he would have been blindfolded. Paul Rogers looks like he may have a bit of damage there on that McLaren, because he did loop it after the fact as well.
Yeah, Paul's continued on track, but it looks like it's got some fairly heavy left front damage.
Looks like we've got Bruno still in pit lane, so maybe an issue there with that car. Because he's been in the pits for a long time.
Rogers to the pit lane.
Yeah, I'd say Paul Rogers would have pretty substantial suspension damage after contact with the wall. He would have been really struggling to keep that car in a straight line.
Yep. Bo Cubis on screen with only a second behind Andrew Wren at the moment.
And new little feature there on the actual overlay system that we run now, all the graphics on screen, is the pit stop function. So whenever someone jumps in the pits, you'll see their name come up in red. And also gives a timer as well, which is an extremely good feature. And we've got to say thank you to the designers there. I think it's Clayton Brooks. Is that right? Sorry, Christian Arwood. Sorry, I do apologise there. I quite easily get confused when it comes to names. So Christian Arwood does a spectacular job with the software, and then they really appreciate that. So a bang-up job from him. He deserves a huge round of applause from everyone, that's for sure.
Yeah, Christian not only talent on the racetrack, but putting all these great overlays on for V8s online.
Looks like we've got a big shout out to Istvan as well, who's put the camera pack through for us. A regular in the McLaren who's taken a bit of time out to adjust the cameras for us, and you're getting the beautiful pictures through on screen now is all thanks to him. So thanks to Istvan. I believe these are actually the camera packages that he's put together for all the different tracks, and this is straight off the forum, guys. So if you like what you see, you watch it yourself, any race, any time. just jump over to the forums, as we said, and download his fun's camera packs.
Yeah, they are.
Looks like we've got Bo Cooper, up the inside. Makes a move on Andrew Wren.
Yeah, James in there into that chicane. It's the hairpin. Andrew trying to get back, a big run on him down there into the last turn. Backs out of it on this lap.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew quite happy to sit behind at the moment. Bo was battling for a much higher position there. Unfortunately, was involved in a bit of an accident, and a little bit of damage on the front of that GT3 McLaren.
I'm just getting lost in these camera packs. I only just loaded it myself. I was using a different view and I forgot I actually downloaded the pack.
All right, as we looks like we'll run through the field now, guys. As we sort of hit oh geez, I've lost my train of thought there. About the 29-minute mark, we've got Jorn Jens leading quite comfortably at the moment from Steve Villeneuve by about 17.8 seconds.
Yeah,
We've got Matthew Barron in third. We've got Anthony Kernage in fourth place and Shea in fifth.
Yeah,
and unfortunately for Christopher Osborne, he is going to be a DNF, unfortunately, it looks like, with a blown engine.
Yeah, the McLarens, we've got Dylan leading Andrew Lee from Blake Copper, Solani. Wayne Burke. Sorry, I lost what? I had the wrong timing screen up. Richard Sableski, Mohammed Patel, Fabio, Bo, Andrew Wren, Manu, Nathan Grouden, Cyprian, Paul Rogers, Bruno, Dean O'Brien. Seems to be our last running McLaren. Scratch that. Yeah, it's actually off track at the moment.
Looks like things have really settled down on track now. We seem to have run out of battles to commentate on. The closest one would be who we got there?
Yeah,
Andrew Wren and Bo Cubis just continuing on with their little battle they've had pretty much all race long. Well, ever since Bo had his little incident, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Andrew was right in the middle of all that fun furl.
So this battle's been going on since the drop of the green flag, so it must be a great little experience to be behind the wheel as Bo goes a little bit wide there, loses a fair chunk of time.
Let's see how Andrew can capitalise on that. Not quite by the looks of it.
No, probably because he had such a wide line out of the hairpin, he gets the power down nice and smooth, very, very fast, and able to jump Andrew Wren quite comfortably down the straight.
Actually,
Andrew Wren loose out of the last corner.
Bo using all the curbs, making it.
The Bo actually pushing the limits of this vehicle. I mean, there's only so much sort of pounding a car like that will take before you start to damage the undercarriage or the suspension.
Yeah, the cars will be getting quite low in fuel now.
Yeah, as you were saying before, I mean, as the cars get lighter, they'll probably bounce around a fair bit more. So you want to really avoid those curbs as much as possible, but by the looks of it, unfortunately, the fast way around this track is to bounce the car over the curbs. So you're sacrificing time if you want to look after the car.
Does make for good footage.
Yeah, that's right. I can imagine there'll be a few teams putting some screenshot packages together and uploading on the Facebook.
Bruno's back on track by the looks of it after his extended pit stop in the McLaren. he's lost a lap.
And Solani
John-
makes a move for pit lane.
Yeah, cruising down the pits. See what he takes on.
Car pulls into the pit lane there. We'll see the timer start, and you'll see him drop down as Gonzalez and Gilles probably will get past, but we'll see
Roll
Jonathan
from the
there
pit.
jumping on the accelerator trying to get away. Yeah, he's pulled out now, and it's a pretty quick pit stop. Must have just grabbed a couple of tyres, fronts or rears, or just topped up the fuel, because that is an extremely fast stop for these cars.
Yeah. Just rejoins the track just in front of Manu. And the leader, the DP's Yawn.
Yeah, Jorn Jens will probably just bide his time. Plenty of space between him and second place. Steve Anus there now 22.5 seconds behind.
Yeah, Yawn just coming up to lap the first of the DPs, which is Michael Schreier.
I'm just watching Jorn Jens from a bit of an onboard shot, and I very rarely see someone put it in the exact perfect position pretty much all the time. Jorn is obviously a veteran in this particular car, but millimetre perfect.
He doesn't seem to be. Not going to stay on here for onboard for this lap. It doesn't seem to seesaw at the wheel at all. See how to go into the last turn here. As he laps Schreier. On board with Steve Anus, second DPs has entered pit lane.
I tell you what, it'd be one hell of a pit stop if he wants to jump Jorn.
Yeah. Jump from pit lane.
Yeah.
But that puts Matty Barron up into second place at the moment.
It's not a bad place. I mean, Matty Barron did start 5th, so 3 spots is not a bad little manoeuvre at all. But Barron will be lucky as well if he gets to jump Vanos in the pit stops.
Still loving this onboard with Yawn.
How smooth is he? It is absolutely incredible. He's blowing past the McLarens as you would expect, but no panicking. Nice smooth inputs, and puts the car in exactly the right position, and the car rides the bumps. Just something spectacular. So, Jorn, we appreciate that lap on board, mate. I hope you continue those laps and that form for the rest of the race, mate. That was really spectacular. It looks like Lee, one of the first of the front runners to blink, he's had a 19.4 second pit stop and come out in second place in the McLarens. Right behind.
Coming out right behind both Cubas.
So it'll be interesting to see when Dylan Sharman pits exactly what he does and what his time is, because that will be quite an interesting little development there. Only takes one small mistake, unfortunately, and you can lose a whole lot of time very, very quickly.
And yeah, the extra 30 minutes or so tonight. Just enough to lose concentration along the way.
That's right. Well, the surroundings on this track is actually quite picturesque. It is quite easy to let your mind wander. So to keep concentration for 75 minutes is bloody hard work. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I find I seem to struggle just after the pit stop with concentration.
Yeah, looks like we've had Fabio Gonzalez just straight into the pits there, so continues down. We'll take his pit stop now, so that his name's turned up blue on the screen there, so you can see he's entered the pit lane and changed to red, and the time will start. Then we'll see what his particular time is.
His car doesn't look
Great
too
graphic.
bad. Yeah, his car's not looking too bad after that early incident with
So Andrew Wren pull in the pits as well, and looks like we've also got Barron as well. So it's interesting to see what Matthew Barron does here, because he did think that he may only need to take a splash of fuel, maybe even not fuel at all. So
Koenig also in the lane. Yeah, he made a long pit for Fabio, maybe still some damage from earlier. As Koenig rolls into his bay.
Well, there you go, Andrew Wren, 16 seconds. So it looks like Andrew Lee has the longest in the actual in the pit stops at the moment. Gonzalez had a 34-second stop earlier, but I think it was to fix that damage.
Excuses it. Barron's out back on the race track.
Yeah, Barron had a 17.5-second pit stop, but look at that. Koenig, 10.4 seconds, a lightning stop there.
Wow.
That is
just
incredible.
A quick splash of fuel and away he went. We've got our leader in pit lane now.
This will be the tell. This will be extremely quick stop. I'd imagine he would have practiced this one for sure. The jacks go up, so he's obviously taking tyres as well.
Andrew Lee back in the pit lane. Possible speeding penalty?
Well, he's actually stopped, so I think maybe he's forgotten to put fuel in. Or maybe not put enough fuel in. So at least you can see if it's about 7 to 10 sort of seconds. A bit longer than that. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he's quite a bit of damage somewhere, but having to take a second pit stop, he'll be devastated.
It's a massive shame. Damage by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Pit spies are telling us.
Yeah, wow. He'll be absolutely devastated with that. I mean, he's still sitting in pit lane now, well over 40 seconds.
Let's see if I can get a replay of it. Earlier that lap, coming through the centre section, he's just got the car sideways and clipped the inside wall.
It doesn't take much, unfortunately, in these McLarens to whack the suspension geometry out, and once that happens, I mean, the car is very, very difficult to keep in a straight line.
Through the centre S's, about turn 5 or 6, where the earlier accident with
We've got the replay up on screen now. We'll see that. Yeah, he just touches that wall, makes enough damage, unfortunately, there to warrant another pit stop.
Yeah, it looks like some suspension damage on the right front. Sorry, don't quite have the footage of it for you, sorry. Barron right behind Villeneuve with a fair bit of McLaren traffic in front of him.
Well, we know
looks like he's got some big time damage on the front and the rear of the car.
Well, we know Matthew Barron is an extremely competitive young fella, so oh, look at that.
Villeneuve's pushing through on Bruno.
DP's been quite assertive there, and Matthew Barron not afraid to follow Villeneuve through as well.
Coming up on the, is that leader Sharman in the McLaren?
Yeah, Dylan Sharman still doing a great job out in front of the McLaren in the GT3 class.
Steve trying to throw the pass on Dylan, give him all the room so they could get their battle.
Yeah, I don't think Dylan could have run much wider there. That was he definitely let the two DPs go straight through. But Barron in the slipstream now. We'll have a look down the inside, I'd imagine. Yep, sticks it up the inside.
It looks like he's going to get his pass done.
Yeah, great move there from
the
Matthew Barron. We know how good Steve Vanos is. He is on the brakes, and looks like that Barron has actually outbraked him. That's incredible. So well done for Matthew Barron. Now takes second place.
Yeah, see if he can run down that 30-second gap to Yawn.
Easy aim. Matthew Barron is full of confidence, young fella.
It's a great run in the track race of sponsored car.
He does enjoy getting his name out there and seeing his car on the broadcast. Gets a bit of a kick out of it. So, g'day, Matty Barron. A squizzer, as he's affectionately known to in the iRacing community.
Just going back to the McLarens. Coppo has picked up second place after Andrew Lee's demise.
Yeah, it looks like he's behind Sharman close to 20, sort of 22 seconds, 22 and a half seconds. So, great result so far though for Blake Coppo. I mean, second place is definitely nothing to sneeze at.
No, after the earlier spin, he's back up in the points.
And look who's up in the third place. We've got Richard Slobovetsky.
Yeah, Richard, if you're out there, please help us with your name along the line.
Not unless you want me murdering it all the time, I think.
Serbo Lewiski.
But has Richard actually pitted? No, so he's actually still out there, has to duck in the pit lane, so I imagine he will relinquish that position to Mohammed S. Patel. Sorry, I've just been informed by the director there that the information I am telling you is incorrect. The first five places still haven't pitted yet.
Just got informed that Mohammed's gone into the wall of champions, claims another victim.
It's a very deceptive little corner, that one, so just trying to find it on my replay here. Oh yeah, that's a pretty violent hit there too. He caught the back of it and threw the front into the wall.
You give it a good little kiss there. Big bounce off the earlier S and just enough to throw him offline.
Look at Nathan Grouden just ducking the pits as well. Grouden, who was in 7th place.
He's taking it to rubber possibly.
Yeah, Zach Scower. Generally a pretty good indication there.
17 seconds top.
Not too bad. Now the average, I think, for the McLarens is about 17 seconds so far, and also for the Daytona prototypes as well. Just back to the DPs, it looks like Matthew Barron has actually put quite a gap on Steve Vanos. Talking maybe close to 4 seconds. which is pretty incredible considering he only got through a couple laps ago. So Matthew
Yeah.
Barron putting on a huge ton of speed and is actually pulled in about half a second to Jorn Jens. So at that rate, we probably need about a 6-hour race for Matthew Barron to catch Jorn.
And he's got a 2.4 second lead. And it's about 27 minutes to go in the race.
We know Matthew Barron has definitely got a fair bit of pace on board with that DP, and you know if he puts a bit of practice in and is lucky enough to find a bit of time during the week to put a decent qualifying lap in, he's definitely more than capable of running with Jorn. And I mean, we've seen Matthew Barron have quite some good races in the past. Oh, just kisses the wall there. Well, gets away with that one, so that's twice Barron has just nudged the wall. But mate, we've seen him have some cracker battles. I remember watching him battle John Emerson and George Sandman at Spa a couple of seasons ago, and that was probably one of the best races I've ever seen. And I tell you what, for a young fella, Matt Barron's got a good grasp on how to handle pressure. That's for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't mind throwing this DP around. Rearrange the right side a little bit.
Isn't that why they call them bumper bars if you don't use them, eh?
A big old chrome horn. Venus does have some damage on the rear of that. I'm not sure where that came from though.
Oh, just watching Jorn Jens kiss the wall. So as the race sort of goes on a little bit, the concentration lapses a bit, maybe get a bit too close to the wall, and Jorn absolutely pushed the limits of this McLaren, this Daytona prototype. Oh wow, that was extremely sideways.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of damage in right front guard there.
Yeah, maybe a bit of contact, I think, from that little kiss on the wall. So hopefully that hasn't hurt his car too much. Otherwise, Barron is in the race.
Looking a bit further back, and Kernich is slowly creeping up on Venus here in the DPs.
Anthony Kernich, we actually saw a bit of an interview with him on I think it was on the iRacing News website.
Yeah, he got a starting little interview telling about his road and his oval exploits.
Hey, Anthony Kernich, bit of a star. So, mate, he's well known in the community, can race both types, road and oval, so and he doesn't mind standing out obviously as well with the bright green car. Hard to miss him.
No, definitely see him coming.
Very interesting little article on Anthony. So g'day Anthony, I know you watch these replays, mate, so mate, I hope you enjoy the broadcast. But he is definitely catching Venus. I think Venus may be having a little bit of issues. Curtis, as I give him a rap, he loses it out of the last corner, but manages to keep it off the wall and keep the car pointing in the correct direction. And very lucky indeed.
Right.
I've still got the curse, that's for sure. I think once you've got that, I think you've got it for life, unfortunately.
That commentator's curse. I thought Jay had I had the right copyright on that.
He's definitely given it to me. I think it must be something to do with the host chair, I think.
Getting comes in the AC.
Little battle on screen now. We've got between Jonathan Solani and Bo Kubis.
Yeah, Solani earlier pitted and he's caught him right back up on his bumper. Maybe those fresh tyres are helping him out.
Michael Schreier into the pits now, running 5th in class. I mean, I think this is the first time I've seen him in the top split, so he's doing well.
Bo Kubis to pit lane. gives up that position to Andrew.
So once Schrader comes in, and he was running in 5th place anyway, but that'll be the complete field of the DPs all hit it. Then we've got the top 4 in the McLaren still to pit, and that's the complete field.
Schrader rolling from pit lane.
That's an extremely fast pit stop from Bo, 7.9 seconds. That's incredible.
Well, maybe that the crew was on the Red Bull.
Yes.
Possible fuel only stop.
Bit of a splash and dash, and hoping he's looked after his tyres well enough to last the difference, last the distance. Last time by Anthony Koenig, 1:31.1, as opposed to Venus on the 31.1 as well. So those boys in a bit of a stalemate.
Yeah, Venus just creeping the gap back forward again.
Yeah, I think that little mistake from Koenig, cost him a bit of time, and with about 20 minutes to go, he's got about 5 seconds to match up, 5.7 seconds. So it's a big ask from Anthony, but maybe he will have the blinkers on. He'll be pushing very, very hard.
Yeah, trying to give that Wall of Champions a little scrape. Cost him dearly.
Well, Venus coming up to a bit of McLaren traffic now, so probably lose a little bit of time there. Coming out of that, the first hairpin. Has to sit behind the McLaren, unfortunately, I have nowhere to go, but gets around him in the end.
Yeah, Matty Barron driving away from Venus as well. Edging away.
I'd say he's been keeping his nose clean, but a couple of light brushes with the wall. Anthony Koenig now coming up to the back of Jonathan Solani. Probably come up to him any sort of second now. Looks like he's going to catch him in the right spot though, so very, very lucky for Anthony that he'll pass him on the straight, and he won't lose any time at all. So probably a net gain there for Koenig in the end.
You see, we have another. No, not quite. Hasn't quite got the legs to get past him just yet. Oh, a bit sideways into the last chicane.
Oh, you're not afraid to throw it around, is he?
No, he doesn't. I have noticed that watching Anthony.
Oh.
Doesn't mind a bit of sideways action.
Oh, Barron into the wall again. He mustn't like the colour of the car, because he's trying to rub the paint onto the side of the wall. That is for sure.
Not green enough.
That was a fair bit of a harder hit that time as well. I'd be very surprised if he's gotten away without damaging the car that time.
He's still got plenty of pace in it though.
Yeah, he's definitely still pushing it and using every inch of that racetrack.
Okay.
These McLarens usually run around the sort of the hour mark on a full tank, so we would be expecting the top 4 to come in any second now. Looks like we've got Richard in now. Richard the first of the top 4 to blink. Mohammed S. Patel stays out.
Richard. See if Solani pits. Oh, sorry, Solani's the first car pitted. See if you can get Richard rolling in pit lane.
Well, Solani, drives past him, just gets past him there. Looks like Solani makes a very, very good little net gain there on the pit stops. So well done for Jonathan. He's on the march and may even come out relatively close to Coppo when Coppo pits.
Yeah, Coppo only not that far up the racetrack.
Jonathan Solani is actually putting in some very, very good lap times. Last time by was 36.3 and was only beaten by Coppo and Sharman there in the end there. So running in the top 3 place, pace-wise, is Solani. Oh, pushing the boundaries there. He's running this GT3 car absolutely to its limits.
So Sharman and Coppo still remain on the track. Mohammed as well stays on track.
These guys are absolutely pushing the limits of these McLarens now. I would expect them to be in this lap or the next one, and that would be about the limit of these GT3 cars. As Barron gets around Mohammed S. Patel.
Sharman, the closest one to pit lane.
Yeah, just coming onto the back straight now. On what seems like one of the longest straights in iRacing.
No, it's very deceiving, this straight as length. As he gets into the braking zone, continues on for another lap.
Wants to do another one. Oh, nearly outbrakes himself a little bit there as well. Pushes a bit harder than the chicane there, but managed to pull it up, and away he goes.
Do love that.
Blake Coppo now looks like he's going to keep going as well.
Yep, Coppo remains on track. Coming up on Fabio's bumper.
Mohammed now just coming into that last chicane now. Be interesting to see what he does. No, he's keeping out on track as well. So the top 3 still haven't pitted. Heading in now to the hour mark, and yeah, these guys still out on track. So getting great fuel economy out of these GT3 cars.
Getting some good numbers. I can't say for sure. Yeah, about 14 and a half minutes to go in the race.
I wonder if they've worked out if they can save enough fuel to maybe make the end of the race. I'd find that extremely hard to believe, but
yeah, last season we could run to about a 6. Well, Sharman is in pit lane as Jorn comes to lap him for a second time.
Yep, Dylan definitely in pit lane. As Blake Coppo now heading towards the last chicane. Yep, he is definitely coming in the pits as well. He's brakes extremely late, and away he goes.
Looking at Mohammed as well, who hits the back straight.
Yep, Mohammed in as well.
Well, that's pretty impressive. Sharman at 8.5 second pit.
Bit longer than the other guys, but has got a comfortable lead there as well. So he will continue to lead the McLaren class by quite a fair chunk.
Solani through the last chicane. Sorry, that was Salami, wasn't it?
Yeah. Don't worry, I have done that. Don't worry.
Solani gets Patel. Looks like Richard passed it. Patel as well.
Yep, that's right. So Solani up to third place, Patel up to fourth, and Richard up to fifth.
Richard to fourth, Patel down to fifth.
Yeah, that's the actual timer on screen there will say that he's done a 0.3 of a second pit stop, but I can guarantee it was a bit longer than that. I think you'll find to be around the 16.3 or 17.3. Looks like he's having a fair bit of internet troubles at the moment, and majority of that I'd say that's actually just messed around with the graphics a little bit. But you can be guaranteed that it wasn't a 0.3 of a second pit stop, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what,
and I think it was Blake Copper was one of the last guys in. They've actually cleansed the field now, so everyone has pitted and they're looking to go. Looks like I've got pit report chat saying that Dylan Sharman actually made contact with the wall. Just trying to find that now. Wall of Champions.
Looks like Wall of Champions gets another victim.
Oh, rather heavy little hit too there from Dylan. It's very unlikely, unlike Dylan Sharman, to hit the wall, and that's twice now this race.
Yeah, like that pit stop just breaking that concentration just enough out of the groove a little bit.
That's right. These GT3 cars and the prototype cars, because they're so fast, there's no reaction time. So a lot of it's done on muscle memory and rhythm. So once you lose that rhythm, it's just a matter of time before the car bites and sticks it into the wall. So Dylan, very lucky to get away with that one.
Yeah, Blake Copper is super fast stop. He picked up 4 seconds on Sharman out front.
A little bit of practice in the pit lane there from Blake. Obviously,
which is interesting to see that earlier pit stop of Bo Cubis at 8 seconds, wasn't it? See how he goes towards the end of the race. Still sitting in 6th place. I'll tell you what, I'm actually loving these cameras. Mr. Van, you've done a hell of a job. I'm just watching Blake's head bouncing in the cockpit coming off the last turn there.
It's extremely good little position there that they put the cameras in. Esteban's put the cameras in. So, mate, tip of the hat to you, sir. It's a very well done job with those cameras. I really appreciate it. Looking around, just dipped under the 10 minutes to go now, so looking about 9 minutes remaining, and the closing stages. We'll just run through the orders quickly. We've got Bjorn Jens, absolute dominant performance so far, now out to a 37.5 second lead over Matthew Barron, Steve Anos in third place, Anthony Kernich in fourth, and Michael Shea in fifth.
Yeah, Kernich and Venus and heavy McLaren traffic at the moment. Oh, actually, looks like we've dropped a, nope, sorry, I was looking at the wrong screen.
Bit of a rookie error. But in the McLaren class, we've got Dylan Sharman leading quite comfortably now over Blake Coppo, who made an excellent pit stop and managed to make a little bit of time up. Jonathan Solani in third place, Richard Sobolowski, and I've murdered that like I have pretty much every time. Then we've got Mohamed Patel in fifth place, Bo Cubis in sixth, Fabio Gonzalez in seventh, Manu Heikiala in 8th place, Andrew Red in 9th, and Nathan Ground rounding out your top 10 in the McLarens. Tell you what, Fabio Gonzalez has done an absolutely outstanding job to come back to where he is in 7th place outright after being involved in such a big incident. So Fabio
Yeah,
had a great time of speed. I mean, he's running in the top 4 when that accident actually happened, and
yeah,
to be
there was
still
some.
running in 7th is outstanding.
He did have some heavy rear damage, and the car still is quite stable on track.
Yeah, his pit crew, I think, has done a great job and managed to replace all the bent parts very, very quickly. Because I'll tell you what, being in 7th place is no fluke. He's definitely earned that. Yeah, Blake
Yeah,
Coppo pitted twice. I think once for damage and the other time to top the fuel up. Because the accident happened quite early in the race. I don't think he would have managed the end of the race. So unfortunate there for Fabio, but still a great result, 7th place. Good looking car too, Fabio. That's a really good design there. The yellow and the black really stands out on circuit too.
he had a bright black and a bright green car last week. Maybe that brought him some bad luck, but this hasn't proved much better this week.
Oh, mate.
Earlier crash with Bruno.
That's right. Well, mate, I'm a bit superstitious when it comes to green race cars as well. I used to race for Dynamic Sim Sport, who were predominantly green, and I ended up chucking a bit of a hissy fit till I got my own way, like a bit of a tantrum, and managed to get myself into a red car. And funny enough, I mean, if you get your brain in the right position, it's funny that the results can start coming for you. So Fabio either picking up a new sponsor or chucking a bit of tandy and wanted to change colours.
Yes, I have the same thing about green. Coming from a speedway background, we don't like it at all.
No, I don't know who said it initially, but it definitely works for me anyway. I'm not a big fan of the old green on the race car.
Green and 13. Just looking back at Yawns, just still cruising along, about to lap Paul Rogers.
That's right. Yawn probably hand on the windowsill if it had one and cruise along now. I mean, he is absolutely doing this comfortably, showing these guys how to drive this prototype. I mean, he's still pumping out extremely fast laps. Last time by was still in the 31s, so...
It's a few bumps and scrapes on the car by the looks of it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really survived with their car intact. I think everybody's kissed a wall or made contact with another car. I mean, this circuit gives it takes as much pain as people are prepared to give. That's for sure.
Yeah, the Wall of Champions definitely claimed some victims this week.
Well, that's right. I mean, they don't name it the Wall of Champions for nothing. I mean, Dylan Sharman, who won the GT3 class last season, actually has hit the wall twice now in the same spot, I believe. So, old Dylan now signed it twice. Bjorn just missing the wall again. That's a couple of times for him as well. Very, very light that time.
Yeah, he's got some big damage on the right front of that car.
Yeah, I think he's been carrying that for a while now. I think that initial hit that he gave that wall, that particular wall that he just kissed then as well, he hit that wall quite hard the first time and was very lucky. Oh, a bit loose coming through the right-hander there. Puts a wheel on the ripple strip, nearly turns it around.
We must have known he was on camera, giving the fans out there a bit of a show.
Yeah. Just watching a couple of the guys now, Bo Cubis and Anthony Koenig there with some extremely fast pit times now. So as we creep under the 3 minute to go mark, they'll still be interested to see how close they come on fuel and if they make it or not, if they'll have to press the fuel saving button and try and scrape it home.
Koenig by the lap times doesn't seem to be saving fuel at all. Him and Bainers both in the 133 bracket.
Yeah, so I think
Cuban.
Koenig may have. Oh, he would have done his math for sure. He'd know exactly how much he needed. Yeah, he's a good 5 to 7 seconds faster than everyone else. Those two guys, which is absolutely outstanding.
The interesting one was Cuba's that 8-second stop compared to the 16 and 17s for the rest of the McLarens.
Jorn Jens still taking plenty of curbs in that last chicane.
Loving it.
Yeah, wants to really give the camera something, that's for sure. And he's, Jorn, he's got 2 laps to go now, so he's got to just try and keep that concentration going for another couple of minutes and take a comfortable victory. So
Head to the pit lane for Red Bull.
he's still pushing extremely hard. 31.2 last time by. So 40 seconds, probably not enough a lead for Jorn. I don't think he wants more. But Dylan Sharman in the McLaren still doing a dominant performance.
Yeah, pretty.
Just heard reports now, Bo Cubis has pulled in the pit lane, yeah. Splash a dash at the end, I'd say.
That fuel gamble not quite paying off. It does have about 20-second lead to Gonzalez, who just passed him going into as Bo rolls down pit lane.
So Gonzalez moves up another place. Well done for Fabio. A bit unfortunate there for Bo. I'd be after the race. I'd be straight in the engineer, going, "What are you doing to me?" So Jorn Jens, 10 seconds left on the clock, crosses the line to start his last lap. An absolute dominant performance here. He's got about 3/4 of the lap now to go. Wants to keep it off the wall, keep the car nice and straight. Don't do anything silly.
Just rolling. Still, doesn't look like he's backing off any though. Still, plenty of attitude.
Yeah, definitely knows the limits. Definitely knows the limits there. Such a beautiful little look at track, this one. iRacing have done a sensational job on this circuit.
Well, it is great. I mean, after growing up watching it on TV for so long and actually, getting to see it in the sim world.
Yeah,
it's quite distracting the first few laps you cut around it.
That's right. Well, growing up watching this on the Formula One, looks like we've got Blake Coppo going very, very slow.
Coppo looks like some massive damage. Just going to rewind and see if we can find out where he went.
And Bo Cubis is in the pits as well, again. But looks like we've got Jorn Jens coming around the last corner there. Jorn Jens takes victory in the Thursday Night Grand Am, round 4 at Gilles Villeneuve. Well done to Jorn.
Awesome drive. Copper just holding on for second place from Solani. Richard Sovleski in 4th.
It looks like we've got Matthew Barron now taking second place in an outstanding performance. Started from 5th, finishes in 2nd. So well done to Matthew Barron.
Well done, Matty.
Just trying to work out now if Dylan's actually crossed the line yet. Okay, there you go. So
Dylan coming down the back straight, about to cross the line to take the win in the GT3 class. Great run in the TTL car once again. Just looking back for Blake's accident, I think it happened early in the second last lap, in about turn 1 or 2.
There's a big accident there for Blake, I think, there. But very unfortunate to do 1 hour 10 minutes and then to mess it up in the last 5 minutes. Very unfortunate. So we've got it on screen now, so we'll just stay with it and see what actually happened there because, yeah, bit of a nasty incident, I think. But a great run from Jens. Absolutely sensational. He dominated from start to finish, really.
Yeah, right in the front of Jorn on the last lap. Bit of too much curve. Bit too much curve and straight into the wall of champions. Right in front of the leader of the race too.
That was the biggest hit there that we had seen all race. So very unfortunate there for Blake.
Check it out from the onboard.
Yeah, big accident. Big accident. So we're on board with him now, and yeah, unfortunately makes a meal of the last chicane, as many have done before him. Grabs lots of curb, and that is a big hit. So we'll go to the winners of the DP class now. We have Jorn Jens, very, very comfortable over Matthew Barron, who, as I said, did start in 5th place with a bit of a poor performance in qualifying by his standards. Steve Venus in 3rd place, Anthony Kernich in 4th, Michael Shea in 5th place, and then Christopher Osborne DNF'd and ended up finishing back in 21st overall.
In the McLarens, we've got Dylan Sharman taking another win from Blake Coppo, Jonathan Solani, Richard Soblowski, Mohamed Patel, Fabio, Manu, Bo Cubis, Andrew Wren, Paul Rogers, Nathan Grouden, Ciprian Briosco, and Bruno was the last car running after running up front and copying some earlier damage.
Well, there you go, Scotty. That's round 4 done and dusted in the books.
Round 1, another awesome night. Our first enduro for the season.
Yeah, that was it. The first of the season. Really looking forward to next week. For round 5, I actually don't know where that is. Whereabouts? I'm getting information through from the director now.
Canadian Tire, Motorsport Park, or Mosport, as we all know.
The old Mosport circuit. Plenty of undulations, lots of slipstreaming. The circuit is a lot of fun to drive, and yeah, that'd be really looking forward to that one. I'll be absolutely planted to the seat for that one, ready to cheer on the boys.
Yeah, it should be good. Be back to another 45-minute race.
Yeah, bring on the green to green to check. Sorry.
Big weekend, big week from Canadian Motorsport Park. They're in the trucks as well.
Well, there'll be a bit of a double header almost. So we'll go straight from the trucks on Wednesday night, straight to the Grand Am on Thursday. So hang around, boys. We got a bit of a double header going on. Hey, liking that. So yeah, that's it.
Don't forget the V8s Monday night with Jay and Sandman in the seat at Summit Point.
That's right. You'll actually get to see me running around in my TTL sponsorship car. It's really looking forward to get back on track. That's for sure. After such a long forced break, I suppose you'd call it. But really looking forward to get back into the driver's seat.
How long you been out of the seat since you rode Atlanta last season?
Yeah, it'd have to be 6 to 8 weeks, 7 weeks, something. I haven't counted because I think it would make me cry. But yeah, and
It's good to have you back in the box, though.
thanks. It's like I haven't left. And guys, that's it for round 4 for Thursday night Grand Ams, brought to you by Track Racer, Thrustmaster, and V8online Superstore, coming to you soon. Thanks for joining me, Scott.
No, thanks for having us. Thanks to Desi in the background.
Oh, Desi does a great job. Our director, mate. Thank you very much for all the information during the race. Makes this a lot easier, that's for sure. And I'm Matthew Hill signing out. So until next week, guys, keep it going fast.